Hello and welcome to Tottori Station. It snowed earlier in the week and you can still see that there's quite a bit of snow on the tracks. Anyway, especially given that it's the capital city of the prefecture, Tottori's not a particularly busy station. Basically, there are trains in 4 directions. First, in terms of JR trains, there are trains on the imbiline towards Tsuyama. There aren't actually any trains that go as far as Tsuyama though, because all of the imbiline services terminate at either Koge or Chizu stations. Then there are trains to the west and to the east on the JR saninline. Heading west, trains terminate at either Kurayoshi or Yonago. Heading east, meanwhile, most trains go to Hamasaka, with the occasional train going as far as Toyooka. There are also 2 private railways that serve Tottori. First is the wakasarailway, which runs, surprisingly enough, to Wakasa. Also, some local trains on the chizukyuko line, or the chizuexpress line, run all the way as far as Tottori instead of terminating at Chizu. What's more, in addition to local trains, there are 5 different express services which serve Tottori. Heading south, there's the Super Inaba, which goes to Okayama, and then the Super Hakuto, which goes to Kyoto via Osaka. These services both use the Chizu Express line to get to Kamigori, which is on the inland sea coast of Japan. Then, running west along the Japan sea coast, there's the Super Matsukaze, which goes as far as Masuda, and then I think there's only 1 train a day now, but there's also the Super Oki, which goes all the way as far as Shinyamaguchi. Finally, running east along the Sain line, there's the Hamakaze service, which links Tottori with Osaka. And this train goes via the Bantan line to Himeji. So, Tottori Station is not a particularly busy station in terms of trains, but there's a good variety of services. The train you can see now, by the way, is the Super Hakuto. This is one of the Chizu line local trains. It has the same hot pink and blue livery as the Super Hakuto trains. And this is the Hamakaze service from Osaka. As of the current timetable, so January 2024, there's only 1 Hamakaze service that comes all the way to Tottori. The Hamakaze service takes about 4 hours to get to Osaka. It's really not a very convenient service, and that's at least in part because of the route it takes. It runs along the Sain line as far as Kinosaki Onsen, and then takes the Bantan line across country down to Himeji. From Himeji, it reverses and heads through Kobe to Osaka. In contrast, the Super Hakuto, which also goes to Osaka but takes the Chizukyuko line instead of the Bantan line, takes about 2.5 hours to reach Osaka or 3 hours to reach Kyoto, its destination. I caught the Hamakaze from Kobe to Kasumi a couple of winters ago, and I think for much of the time I was the only person in the carriage. I'm certainly not surprised that there's only one service a day as far as Tottori. Anyway, the vast majority of the local services around Tottori are operated by trains like this, the Kiha 47s. These trains are all over 40 years old now, but for diesel lines, there's not really been anything built to replace them. This is the Super Matsukaze service to Masuda. The Super Inaba services to Okayama also use the same type of trains. Another Chizukyuko line local train. And some more Kiha 47s. I suppose these single carriage units are a replacement for the Kiha 47s, but you tend to see them more around Matsue and Yonago. They don't seem to come to Tottori that often, really. A stabled Super Inaba set and a wakasarailway service just entering the station. The Super Inaba was just waiting for the wakasarailway train to enter the platform before it too entered the platform. I have to admit, I'm not quite sure why the Inaba, Hakuto, Oki and Matsukaze express services are all called Super, given that there's not really any non-Super version of these services. Maybe there was at some point in the past. This is the train to Toyooka, just leaving. As I said, most local trains just run to Hamasaka, with only a few trains going all the way through to Toyooka each day. And then the Wakasa railway train heading back to Wakasa. This is a local train from Kurayoshi, just arriving. And this is the Super Hakuto to Kyoto. I'm going to catch this train as far as Kamigori. Anyway, thanks as ever for watching. I hope to see you again in another one very soon, and bye for now.